So today's video is a tier list on the attackers. I did one already this year, went down pretty well, but now there's way more cards being added to the game. Really a lot of cards. So obviously there's about 50 I think on this tier list. If I missed them, be sure to put them in the comments below. I'll reply with the ranking for them. So if I missed it, don't worry, let me know and I'll reply to you in the comments. Point number 2 is this is going to be a general ranking based on what kind of the community's view is, not specifically my opinion, although a couple of cards will be purely my opinion. And third, we have left out like certain gaps of players. So for example, we got gold Messi and we got wants to watch Messi. I'm not including the inform because then there's just be too many cards. So I'm only doing +2s or higher kind of areas where I think there's worth putting in both versions of the card. Otherwise that will just be one version if maybe there's only one inform with like +1 stats. But anyways, if you guys enjoy these tier lists, make sure to leave a like. We're going for 80 likes on tier list videos, and subscribe for more tier lists. I'm gonna be doing a few in a row. That's the intro settled. Let's get into tier list. Are you fed up of coming against God Squad game in and game out?
What?
If so, make sure to head over to u7buy.com using the link in the description below. And don't forget to use code RAN at checkout for an extra little discount. And you guys can enjoy up to 15% off over the Christmas and New Year promo period. So, starting off today's tier list, we got Mr. Alessandrini. Pretty good card. Kind of overpriced for what he is. I'm going to slot him into B tier. Now, you may think that's a bit ridiculous. First of all, I'm taking links into account. So, in that Chinese league, kind of hard to link. But he is French, so you can probably work around it quite well. For me, you can't. I don't even think you get into A tier without being either 1, Messi, or 2, having a 5-star stat. Okay, so he is still 4-star. Is a great card, but I think he just about misses out on that A tier. Next, we got Rannerz. I'm gonna put C, but for a very long time was a very solid super sub. I feel like a lot of people did him. It's the objective card, I believe, or he was either really cheap. Yeah, no, sorry, he's just a really cheap card. 14k. I think he's been cheap the whole time, fairly much, right? And a lot of people were using him as super sub. Decent pace, 4-star, good dribbling, good shooting, tall, good physical, just a great all-round card. Unfortunately, lacking a 5-star stat, not 90+ pace, so I'm gonna leave him in the C tier, but very close to B tier. Next, got Yetter, who I'm gonna sneak into A tier. I'm gonna sneak him in, even though his sprint speed is a little weak, no aerial ability, no stamina. His dribbling matched with like the overall acceleration and whatnot, and the shooting with the 5-star weak foot. And he just gets every bounce. It's the same every year. You guys already know. Great card. Third one, Benzema. I'm gonna drop down at C tier again. Shooting phenomenal. Good in the air as well. Decent dribbling, but at pace, for me, no way he's going above C tier. However, an A tier card, this flashback Benzema. Now this is a player. Now I know I said I wasn't gonna put somebody without a 5-star stat in A tier, but this Benzema, he's not a real card. It's fake stats. This guy is incredible, absolutely incredible, and deserves to be there. He's just, if you've played against him or you've used him, he's so good. Chiesa in at B tier, just really a solid winger, decent long shooting as well, great pace, great dribbling. Not gonna be an A tier by any means, but very solid, especially for that winger spot. Joe Cole was decent. Now he's definitely behind the bell curve, or the power curve, I should say. Bell curve. I'm getting statistics in my head. His shot quite weak, and his pace overall for wingers slightly below par. However, crazy dribbling and good passing keeps him in the C tier. Coleman, card I kind of want to try out. I haven't actually used him. Based off his stats, I'm gonna put him in B. All these cards quite similar. They're a 4-star, but really fast, good dribbling cards with decent shooting. Attacker up next. For 3-star stat, I'm going to have to put him in C tier. However, that pace and shooting, disgusting. I feel like a lot of people actually went for him. Next, we got Mr. Ousmane Dembele, the rule breaker card. I'm going to put him in A tier. I'm going to put him here. Probably a little bit, kind of argumentative to have him in the A tier. It's really the 5-star. He does obviously lose pace on his rule breakers. That was the stat that did get downgraded, but still a pretty good card. For me, this 5-star is it's weighted quite high, I can't lie. As well as his shooting is actually pretty solid on this card. Dribbling still feels a bit weird, even though it's 89. I think a lot of people have that problem with Dembele that I have as well. There's something like slightly off with his dribbling, not sure what it is, but overall, very, very good card. Di Maria will just chuck in the B tier. Personal skills is nice, pace and dribbling, but ultimately nothing too special. You could argue he's A tier, so these stats are wrong. This is his updated card. He is up to 95 pace, which is quite nice. But for me, we're too so weak, but I don't think he'll still go above the B tier. He's got Di Natale, bit of a letdown. This card, very good. But I don't know. I don't know. Is the A tier? You know, ranking him below that Benzema seems ridiculous if you're just looking at card stats. But from having played with them, that Benzema just performs better in game. I can't explain it. Di Natale, very good. Definitely borderline A tier. But there's just something about him that doesn't make him incredible. Next, you got the Jada, and I really like this card. But once again, just filling up B tier. Now the problem is I haven't used Jada with these stats. To the 96 pace, and like on paper, looking like an A tier. You know what? We'll chuck him up. We'll chuck him up to A tier. I haven't used him with those stats, but he does look absolutely phenomenal. So he probably is an A tier card. I should have just got this Fabinho. I'm just gonna put him to C because, like, as an attacker, he's still not gonna be the best dribbling, and he's not the fastest. And he would definitely work way better as an attacking kind of CDM role if you put like a shadow on him. But as an attacker itself, he's only going to be C tier. Now we get our first S tier. Still Ginola, keeping his crown in S tier from the last tier list. Just sensational card. Everybody already knows about this guy. 5-star, 5-star. Good pretty much most things. Even good in the air. Dribbling can be a little suspect here and there, but a phenomenal card. I'm pretty sure everybody knows about him. Alan. Gonna put in the B tier. Obviously, he's not the most agile player, nor does he have high skill moves and weak foot, but when he does get to shoot, he scores a lot, and this card has like crazy good passing. So overall, I think he's worthy of a B tier. Next up, we have Hazard, who I'm just gonna chuck in B tier again. A lot of these cards are very similar. You're just gonna see the 90 roughly pace and dribbling with high 80s in shooting. But they're all 4-star, 4-star. They're all kind of keeping their B tier. Nothing too crazy. Next, we have S tier's Zlatan. Now, it's a little controversial. Now, obviously, it's 3.2 million. Looks incredible. Has 5-star skills. Blah, blah, blah. But I've heard some bad reviews, and I haven't got to use him myself personally. But I just can't imagine him not being an S tier card. At that 3.2 million coins price tag as well. It's just so hard to actually even get to use that card. Next, you got Isaac, who I'm actually going to put A tier. I think this card is kind of underrated. The 5-star weak for 4-star skills, just good pace, dribbling, shooting, just very, very good card. If you've used this card, you know he's incredible. If you haven't used this card, you may think I'm kind of tripping, putting him in at A tier. Next up, we got the new Gabby Jesus. Now, you can go with the freeze one or the fire one, so you got kind of two options. I think the fire one's better with the skill moves. Also, I believe has a bit more pace. Very, very nice card. Because there was like the glitch with it as well, I think their price fell. It was kind of handy. So if you need a Premier League striker, look no further. Next, you got João Felix. Now, I loved him. And I haven't tried to upgrade the card, so I can't put him into S tier. But when I was using the old card, he was sensational for me. Now with that 95 pace, I feel like he could be borderline S tier. But because I haven't used him, I'll keep him at A tier. Honestly, if you haven't tried this guy, give him a go. If you need La Liga striker, definitely Felix is where to go. Next, we're going to go Vinny. I'm actually going to put him A tier, which a lot of people may think I'm absolutely crazy for this. But for me, an S tier player needs to be able to consistently score goals. And for me, this Vinny doesn't do it. He's incredible pace, obviously in dribbling. Don't get me wrong. Incredible. But you just can't be an S tier attacker without being able to consistently score most of your shots. His shooting still just isn't good enough to be S tier. I'm sorry. It's just my opinion. Then inform Vinny, well, second inform Vinny, we're going to put in B tier. Obviously, his shooting and stuff and passing is just a bit worse. Still a great card, especially as a super sub. Next, got Keane, who I'm going to have to chuck into the C tier, unfortunately. He's just really, really behind the power curve at this stage. It's kind of sad to see, but still a decent card. And of course, he is Irish. Landowski, I'm going to chuck in C tier as well. Very similar to this Benzema. just too slow, but good dribbling, good shooting, and pretty decent in the air. Flashback Rannerz will chuck up at B tier again. Does really lack a bit of pace, but good kind of overall elsewhere, and has 5-star skills. 4-star weak foot. Martial, I'm going to chuck at A tier. Sensational card. 5-star weak foot is huge as well. I wish he had 5-star skills and 4-star weak foot instead. That would probably make that card an S tier card. It is very, very good. He is kind of expensive, but for being a Premier League, obviously Manchester United player with those French links, I actually don't think he's too overpriced. And if he's somebody you're eyeing up, I would definitely give him a go. Mbappe is obviously going to slot in up here at S tier. I don't even need to talk about him. This Mertens going C tier. Still doesn't have the sprint speed. Not good physically at all. Okay shooting, dribbling, so I was very disappointed with that card. They should have offered the 5-star weak foot, 5-star skill moves boost kind of thing that they did with Pulisic, made it interesting, but they didn't. Pretty poor, and the card matches that. S tier wants to watch Lionel Messi. This card actually has some very nice boosts over its gold and is absolutely sensational. Sensational. Easy S tier. Not even a debate. Now, with the more stacked A tier, we're going to have to leave gold Messi down in A tier. Not got the sprint speed. Obviously, stamina even lower than one wants to watch. And with the new cards in the game, you can't have gold Messi in S tier anymore, unfortunately. Bit of Mura. He's a surprisingly good card. They did boost him a lot. We'll put him in B tier. That's a solid card. Orientez, you're going D tier. I'm sorry. This card just can't dribble. His shooting's like decent, but not. Just the pace is slow and he can't dribble. It's killer. Too hard to play with. Rannerz, gonna have to chuck him in B tier. I don't think like his shooting and stuff is good enough to grant him that A tier status, although not far off. He's definitely more similar to Vinny's second in form than his player month in my opinion. But pretty solid card all the same. Actually got an easy S tier in 93 Neymar. Arguably the best non-icon card in the game. Probably is. I would say he is. Just got it all. Once again, don't need to explain it. Gold Neymar I'm also going to put in S tier, although it's very close to A tier. Very, very close. But he just about squeezes into S tier and holds his position. Next we got a couple of Pulisic's, which I'm actually going to put in A tier. So first we got the shooting one, pretty solid card, and then actually no, we'll put them in B tier. When you actually look at the rest of the card, yeah, no, they're B tier cards, still good. Obviously this one got the skill moves, but can't shoot, and then this has the 5-star weak foot, can shoot, but passing a little off, and obviously only has 4-star skills. They're pretty solid cards, but nothing too crazy. Next we got 92 Ronaldo, who I'm going to sneak into S tier personally. I know a lot of you guys might think he's an A tier card. For me, just about good enough to stand at S tier. Obviously stamina and pace lacking a bit this year compared to the previous FIFAs, but still a phenomenal card and so clutch when it comes to needing a goal and you just shoot and it goes in. Very satisfying. Next you got 92 Salah, who I'm actually going to put in S tier as well. I think this card is very, very underrated. Shout out Nick Snap, who loves Mr. Salah. Really, really good card. I think the boosts here compared to his gold are very high. Speaking of gold Salah, he's definitely only going to be A tier. Salah gets a bit disrespected, especially his gold card this year. I feel like that finesse shot trait with his good pace dribbling, weak foot, like is 3-star, but other than that, good shooting, pace dribbling. Very, very good card. I think he gets a bit underrated, a bit disrespected. I'm going to put him in A tier. Obviously, he's very close to that B tier. Don't get me wrong. Definitely a top tier card. And so we got this Sterling, who's probably A tier as well. Haven't used him though, and I would like to give him a shot, but from what I've heard, he's supposed to be sublime. Couple of cards left. We're going to go Suarez in the C tier, I believe. Let me double check. He still has 3-star skills, I believe. Does. Which we're actually talking on stream today, and there's actually not many 4-star skills that you use in the game. So to be fair, you can actually get away with 3-star skills, because if it's not 5-star, then it might as well be 3-star. Still a decent card. And then Werner will put in C tier as well. Just literally a pacey card. His dribbling on this card is actually decent enough compared to his gold. I feel like his dribbling isn't that great. And then the 96 pace and just the AI runs he makes. Very good card, but ultimately not going to get past C tier for me. with the lack of skill moves once again. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed my attacking tier list. I definitely missed loads of players, so leave them in the comments below. I'll get back to you guys on that. On that, thank you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you're new.